So, forgive me if I'm wrong, but is anybody else having like the hardest time finding actual black folks that really care about this whole affirmative actions based approach to admissions that Harvard and University of North Carolina were using? Like, I know they're like the new black types, the terminally online, the kind that are, all black everything, except we're going to vote for the Democrats and the party of LBJ. Like, I know there are those types of people. And I know you got plenty of white liberals that are pissed off. Black people, like I said, we don't really care, because the truth is we've always thought, and it's still passed down, that affirmative action only, and I mean, like, especially when it comes to employment, it only benefits, on a regular basis, white women. So again, we're just through with the shit. We don't care one way or the other. But I want to just draw people's eyes back to the main point here, and that is, instead of trying to shorten the finish line for some people and lengthen it for others, which, again, does nothing but breed further racial animus, and it's like racial animus that we don't need. Black people like us that, exist and want to pursue higher education, instead of putting us in this area where we're looked at as just being gifted something, how about we do something for the African American based city, the areas that are predominantly black? How about we stop passing policies that make it hard to, get businesses that bring in crucial funding for the city, which then goes downstream to the schools? How about we, stop making it harder for police to do their job, or at the very least stop restricting guns in this area so black people can own guns and kind of handle the crime, which brings back businesses to the area and therefore more opportunity, more funding for the schools. And that's how we, fix things, by making the schools actually appealing to get the teachers involved. Or, how about we just let school choice reign?
And with today's death blow to affirmative action, one justice in particular seemed to revel in pulling up the ladder behind himself. Justice Clarence Thomas, who has acknowledged that he has benefited from affirmative action. In a frankly gleeful concurrence, Thomas wrote, "Even in the segregated South where I grew up, individuals were not the sum of their skin color. While I am painfully aware of the social and economic ravages which have befallen my race and all who suffer discrimination, I hold out enduring hope that this country will live up to its principles." Aw, adorable. You were there. You were in the courtroom as this case was being argued. Would you characterize these sort of interactions? I mean, I know in the Harvard law case, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson recused because she actually has a moral center and a moral core, unlike the person I'm also talking about, Clarence Thomas, who takes lots of gifts.